Have you ever walked into a room full of strangers? The heart beats fast, the palms of the hands sweating, and the spinning mind just wants to disappear from there. And you look around and you see that the everyone is also talking, and you are standing there, lost, not knowing where to start. You're worried about being weird. I don't know what to say. You pretend to press the phone. I hope that person starts talking first. And then you quietly retreat. It ends with a sigh. I don't fit in here. If you've been like that, you're not alone. It's not because you're less communicative. It's because no one's ever taught you how to connect. In a natural way. Not forced, not fake. This is not about the trick of being interesting. It's about real social skills. Something you can practice and see the results. And especially, it's for those who are shy. I used to think I wasn't too good at talking. Let's see to the end, because you will find yourself in each chapter. And most of all, you'll know how to walk into that room in a confident and comfortable way. You find it hard to talk, afraid to look people in the eye. Congratulations. Your brain is completely normal. Communication is not a gift, it's muscle. And the muscles are up. It's the first time a child is learning to speak. The third time less shivering. 10th as natural as ordering iced tea. Every hour is a touch. Each question is a lightweight lift. Every time you share is a round of boo-pushing connections. It's like a gym. If you go into a 20-kilometer lift at the beginning of the injury, or maybe it was the last time you went to the gym, is real. So don't rush into these hectic meetings. It starts with a greeting at the bar. You don't have to communicate well. You only need to communicate for 5 minutes a day. A small question, a smile to give. Your brain will get used to it. Your mind will be healthy and your skills will improve. Just be persistent. You will see that society is no longer a battle. It's a playground. '70. You've met someone. It makes you feel comfortable talking to them. It's not because they speak well. It's because they listen well. The 73-10 rule is simple. 70% listen, 30% share. Listen more than you talk, but with all your heart. Because when that someone is talking about itself, their brain releases dopamine. It feels like a surprise gift. You don't have to do anything big. Just look them in the eye as they tell the story. Notice how their voices drop when they talk about family. Smiled as they showed of a small victory and asked what that means to you. A small question that can touch their heart. People don't remember you for a good word. They remember being with you, being themselves. So if you want that someone to like you, don't try to be the most interesting person in the room. Be the one who makes them feel interesting. You don't need to shine, as long as the light is soft enough to illuminate them. Because people don't remember the someone that they admire. They remember people who make them feel valued. Everyone is a thick book, with chapters no one's ever read. But unfortunately, most of us just skim the cover. If you want to connect, don't stop at the last sentence. Try to unlock their hearts with more unexpected questions. Has anything made you laugh like crazy lately? Is there anything you're learning that's both hard and boring? It's genuine curiosity that will pull the KI out of the shell. Snails and pause yourself out of your worries. Because when you're curious, you're exploring, not acting. You don't have to think about what to say. Because you really want to know. Who is in front of me? Curiosity has a strange power. It makes others feel interesting. And make you who the someone wants you to be. Chat together. Deep connection. It starts with a strange enough question and an open enough heart. Every person you meet is not just one. There are versions of parallel living. People they confidently show off. Who others think they are. And the real people only show up when they feel safe. A man of few words is not necessarily arrogant. Maybe they're afraid they're not interesting enough. A rational person is not necessarily cold. Maybe that's how they hide their old hurt. When you remember this, you're no longer in a hurry to label that AI. It's not like she's a bad girl or she's a bad girl. Instead, you start to get curious. Which version of them am I talking to? And you learn to be patient and wait for them to take off their masks. The most important, you also stop blaming yourself for being misunderstood, because you're also existing with that version of Bar. And nothing. Because that's how people operate. When you understand this, you will find your heart lighter, and communication also becomes much easier to breathe. Have you ever talked to that AI? It's like two kids on the same frequency. You laugh, they laugh. You tilt their heads. They both talk without trying. Everything fits naturally. It's not a miracle. That's the ATO effect. The synchrony mechanism that your brain activates itself when you feel safe. The good news is that you can actively create this synergy. There's no need to fake it. There's no need to mimic it. Just observe and fine-tune. People speak slowly, you slow down. People who use their hands a lot are also more flexible. The deep. Your calm Theo doesn't need to carry energy. This is not acting. This is listening with your whole body. And when you do that, the other person will feel something very special. This person understands me. They'll be more open, more connected. It's just a few small movements that the brain sees as the reliable harmony. You don't have to stand out from the crowd. You just have to be the one to talk. With her selling Waterhead Alley, communication skills aren't born on the stage, lights, or crowded networking sessions. It is forging from the most ordinary moments of the day. Say hello to him when you swipe your card in the basement. A cool Milha's sister, waiting for a red light with your neighbor. A thank you very much. Receiving a cup of coffee from an acquaintance. Here small, but every time you do that, you're forging a muscle group. You are no longer confused when you need to speak. You don't shiver when you need to talk, because you're used to talking. Communication doesn't need to be spontaneous, just accumulate. It's like walking every day. No need to run a marathon. It's always bad to get better. You don't have to be good right away, you just have to start regularly. For you've heard that someone tell a story. You can only laugh, except it's not because you're bored, it's because you don't know what to say next. In fact, in every sentence they say, there's always some invisible thread for you to pull out to extend the conversation. For example, they said, I just went to Japan for a business trip. You can pick up the beat from at least 5 directions. Food, culture, weather. The work of the partner. A new experience of what just happened. Excited, tired, and compared. Where did you go last time? Select a thread and knit another button to open. I almost went to Japan once for a visa. But that's kind of weird. The story just took a slight turn. People will remember and be curious. You don't have to be smart to talk. You just need to pull. And it's killed off by natural open loops. The story is like a linen scarf. You don't need seamless knitting. Just crochet each thread skillfully and honestly, and let it knit together naturally. If you find yourself somewhere in the last 7 chapters. If you've ever stood quietly in a crowded room. My mouth wants to talk, my heart beats. I was embarrassed to talk and blame myself. Why am I so pale? I was afraid I wasn't interesting enough for that someone to remember. Then you're not alone. We all start with clumsiness like that. But what's important is not how good you are. It's whether you dare to move on. And if you like this video, please like, share or subscribe to the channel so we can meet again. Because there's a lot of cool stuff waiting for you in the videos. Next, and maybe one day soon, you will be the one who walks into a crowded room with a natural smile.